It's 19 hours GMT. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Joy News Prime. We are coming to you from our studios here at Mlemle here in Accra. We're also live on DSTV channel 421, GoTV 125, and around the world, we are on myjoyonline.com. I am Carlos Kaloni.
And I'm Noella Karanyali. Coming up, security expert Professor Kwesi Aining links Guinean traders' death in Burkina Faso to the country's weak agricultural sector, saying inadequate development forces traders to seek risky opportunities abroad.
Also, a fierce windstorm has wreaked havoc in the Kpandai district of the northern region, affecting over 100 homes and numerous shops.
And in politics, the minority in parliament is accusing government of trying to distract attention from the controversy over cocoa price cuts.
This is Joy News, independent, fearless, credible.
We're back in a bit.
Let's begin from the security front, because a security consultant, Professor Kwesi Aining, has blamed the recent killing of Ghanaian traders in Burkina Faso on Ghana's failure to build a strong agricultural sector. 7 Ghanaians were reportedly killed in an attack in northern Burkina Faso last Saturday, with many others injured. Reacting to the incident on the Pulse, Professor Aining said that Ghana's inadequate development of its agriculture sector is forcing traders to seek opportunities abroad, often under hazardous conditions.
How do we ensure that we don't necessarily put our traders at risk? I just also, in going up north, traveled through Kpandai, and I don't think the tomato production there is as massive as it was a couple of years ago.
Right.
I traveled to Palugu. Okay, so it is our collective failure as a state to develop our agriculture, to create the incentives that is letting our traders even go into war zones to go and buy tomatoes, to go and buy onions, to go and buy lettuce. I think we can do better.
Right.
But we cannot insist that the Burkinabes send special troops to guard our traders. That is not possible.
Meanwhile, conflict resolution and mediation specialist Emmanuel Bombande is urging traders to push for a more inclusive African security framework that will ensure safer cross-border trade and allow traders to operate freely.
I would tell the traders that they should join the voices of advocacy for the landscape of security in West Africa to be inclusive of all, because my view is that it's a good thing to trade. If you look at the very first protocols, dealing with the free movement of goods and people, it was to facilitate our people in the region to be able to move about freely and to trade. But then we've recognized that that cannot happen in the environment of insecurity. So what must we do for the security to be prevailing for all, be able to trade?
Well, a fierce windstorm has wreaked havoc in the Kpandai district of the northern region, affecting over 100 houses and numerous shops. The storm, which lasted several hours, tore off roofing shades, destroyed property, and left many families homeless. Victims recounted how the strong winds ravaged their homes and businesses, causing extensive damage to buildings and personal belongings. Some shop owners reported losses amounting to thousands of Ghana cedis.
Things in there, inside the rooms, and which have been destroyed, mattresses, TVs, and a lot of things. Oh, by the way, I think yesterday, although it has happened, but none of us were hurt. By the grace of God, everything was.
Move on, no. They will say, as a Subia Munaka, yes, Subia, Yabakasabia, your prayer, you do say, soon better. The who are but in Frama, about 6 year woman, me who's I'm from Mano. You could name Massa. enura mo betu say ya say ha no mo hu say no askata bibia me moto kura esia ekoda me moto no
aja eni dia ba nso aya na ya ja nyame aya do na e wa ha da kakra mfra ma be pa ye nda nyina akọ eji o se hwide e be dipa zero nti government no hwe on boy.
Meanwhile, officials from the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, have visited the affected communities to assess the damage. The Senior Assistant Disaster Control Officer, Asuma Kasim, said they will collaborate with other stakeholders to provide relief to those affected.
6 p.m. to 7 p.m. and from my ever boy, na it is a farm for the Brina Ifi. So, Nayana Juntino Yantimi, call Omufium and Cohesade, I didn't ACNT, and I pay as NADMO staff, so I will say, Yako. Na Yako, said, Munina Muhuyano, a month for Bebri, or she and I, Aka. Na Ibinu Crampono, any baby, enna. Na Sisa Yaka say, a month for Fibe over 100 households, and I affect ya. Ibinu Hoa, Omufian in a swap, Ibin Swaha. Be done by one as a mean, so Tino, a idea, as if me pa, so Tino, your best friend. Na Yakatra NGOs are buying His Excellency John Dramani Mahama name, Dr. General Penifua, or Monsam will be set on the back and Dana as your mother boy, or more Akami.
Now, the minority in Parliament is accusing government of trying to distract attention from the controversy over cocoa price cuts. The government announced a reduction of over 1,000 Ghana cedis in the price of a bag of cocoa, citing falling international prices. Now, this move has sparked severe criticism from the opposition and some cocoa farmers. Addressing Tescan leaders in Parliament, the minority leader alleges that the government is trying to shift focus away from the issue due to pressure. There's more on the following report.
Well, apologies, we'll bring you details of that story shortly. Meanwhile, tension is running high in Wenchia, Santia, South as cocoa farmers voice frustration over delayed payment and a reduction in producer prices. Despite government assurances of immediate payment and reforms, farmers say the adjustments leave them struggling to make ends meet, threatening livelihoods and dampening confidence in the sector. My colleague Jacqueline Ansoma Yebua reports from Wenchi.
Cocoa beans and mounting pressure from farmers, the government announced an emergency intervention during the week, directing Cocoa Board to settle arrears and introduce new reforms to stabilize the sector. But here in Wenchi, in the Asante Achim South District, this announcement has not brought relief to the farmers, according to them. Well, instead, these farmers say that this new price has rather deepened their frustration.
I will my sister, I will hope I know myself. Jenny, I shall call you. I say, oh, my mother, yes, I pressure. Only the office can I don't know for the Friday. Am I? No, why? I'm in Papa, many 69 years. Mean TB, I said that say, Cocoa boy, Yatasoda. Woman penny be a basis no or Saka say cocoa buono, water so. Sadia Tiabia, San Wamotono, I mean, feared you see and conon. Now, what the idea is, see, I will see, I know, dear, I can't say a tear, I have bois.
Don't say, and to swear on what is so. At the Abacuna, Macuna, Amy. The dear communion said, a former corner, yeah, some of son upon our form, Ocotina so. The very be and Samson, or go on, no matter going in Samson. And Samson, Oko from one, a can one. So one could Dalia, would me and local Dalet. Our form the way net, you know, Nako, one what is whom bear 11 million, a too much. To your best, I buy set, or the Indian or the toast on a day, or the obey you did yellow. Not that Danoa, and 1 to 1 day. On your new turn, sir.
Some better cocoa who them says there's a good cocoa. Maybe the cocoa pass says there's a money already, Miss Fancy. One for you never be a January. 1 month so, and yes, what is what, and the Ukrainian him. You say you need power for Biao, Yanni Cocono, you better cocoa. 20 Codania,
Dia woto ye wantua. Afa di wose wate so. Na we say your bed and yet me akoyanim bi. Omampani, wo krom no. Wo de na papa was casus no free education na okono ho. Na me aboya mananado edi bi aba. Ama na yesu matumi abawie bia. Ye pesika ye do ombeko. Na enso aboy no omabeye te sa wususu bi. Na de oye de so abu yabam.
Yeti misra kakakra na wo de ma ye no a metimi de ato nchanse metimi de ato samenti na me de aye ba bia metie ni yie no na wo so wayi so ba bere wa menye dai me mo awire nyina wu me ma so aye bo ame so a yesi ye nyina ekọ yesu ekọ garam se adwuma aye na wadawroma fa de ode ato so no wo de yi wo de no na fa de wo hodada no fa maye
sesi aye me gina hayi me hwe school me hwe level 300 me hwe nursery training tepa mintumani me di bachelor say me tepa what school fees what me go si me dai ana me tia sika no me srano ala want sikoko no so onti ekoya school fees no so e ma me na metimi ahwe me ma no me go hospital me yale enye insurance de enti buso mi bia me ban 5 million na makotia me say ya what go israel me 5 million na me go hospital.
Our government insists that the price adjustment reflects the global market realities. Farmers here maintain their survival cannot be negotiated on international charts. Well, according to them, the payment may come, but trust, they say, is yet to return. Reporting from Wenchi for Joy News, I'm Jacqueline Ansma Yaboa.
Now, the Black Volta River, influenced by climatic conditions, has displaced 6,170 residents, including women and children, in 2023. Additionally, several thousands of farms, properties, and livestock were also hit hard, with some 962 households not spared, forcing the inhabitants to seek refuge in temporary shelters. In today's Climate Evidence, we will tell you how flood victims endorse interventions for relocation.
The chief of the Buipe traditional area, Buipe-Ra Abdullahi Janapot I, did make a promise during the disaster to allocate land for the resettlement of the people of the Buipe community.
The most important is that you say Buipe-Ra, you give them a place. Have you given them a place? The answer is yes. And the answer yes is not just giving them a place alone or giving them by appointing a figure they know. I brought caterpillars, they removed the whole place. The whole place is nearby the road. The whole place is even nearer to their own settlements. The whole place is demarcated and planned.
Mr. Fusaini Al-Hassan is a fisherfolk, and for him, the intervention by the chief is good news at last, worth welcoming.
Because now we have two. Now we have then be another we two now pakunyama. So no corner was ambet. Na so what now happen? Say why you wife me for years.
I say oh where they made the chowa. So what Monsieur Tenasi. Na ba mo. Oh my idea no one sense mo.
Old landlord James Tete said he prefers to stay and protect his ancestral home.
Getting to the other side will be difficult because we are here for a long time, and the way the water disturbs, it comes from, especially the last water that took this is 2023. No, it's not from here. It's from Akosombo.
At the chief's palace, I was shown a site plan of demarcated 200 plots of land. And when I later visited the much-awaited site allocated for the Great Migration, there were confirmation of deposits of sea sand and uncompleted structures owned by those eager to migrate. The lead of Strategic Initiatives for Africa Governance, Dr. Shelter Gassi, noted that this move shows that planned migration is a powerful path to safety and resilience. Isaac Nonye's report for Joy News.
This story is brought to you by Joy News in partnership with CDKN Ghana, University of Ghana Center for Climate Change and Sustainability Studies, with funding from Claire R4I Opportunities Fund.
Let's now take you to our earlier cocoa story. And this time, the minority in parliament is accusing the government of trying to distract attention from the controversy of a cocoa price cut. The The government announced a reduction of over 1,000 Ghana cedis in the price of a bag of cocoa, citing falling international prices. This move has sparked severe criticism from the opposition and some cocoa farmers. Addressing TESCON leaders in parliament, the minority leader alleges that the government is trying to shift focus away from the issue due to pressure. There's more in the following report.
Leadership of the New Patriotic Party Student Wing, TESCON, across the various campuses attended upon the minority in Parliament on Monday to discuss key issues of both national and party interests and how to carry the unity message across the student front for Victory 2028. Key among the major issues is the recent government decision to cut cocoa prices by a little over 1,000 Ghana cedis, a move which has received some backlash. Minority leader Afenyo-Markin says there is an attempt by government to diffuse the debate.
Somewhere I'm reading, there is an attempt to get MPP to discuss a different matter. And then one person said, look, guys, though this matter may be true, don't talk about it. Focus on the cocoa. There are others who are also tempted to say, no, but let's discuss it. Government can even arrest somebody as a way of diverting attention. You remember in the initial stages, the cocoa, they said they should investigate the 8 years. The thing has nothing to do with whether Obi Kodi Bonibi and Ondi Bonibi. Yes, cocoa farm.
He urged members to keep the heat on until government rescinds its decision.
So, the communication, we must go on one path. If all of us in this room are talking about cocoa and they need to pay, and we continue every morning, pay cocoa farmers, that's a hashtag, pay the cocoa farmers. If we do this on social media, our WhatsApp platforms, our status, every morning that hashtag is there, continue this for 2 weeks, government will do U-turn.
This is the reaction from the student front.
Most of us, our parents are farmers, and then they depend on this to pay our fees. As we speak now, when you go to our campuses, most of our people are struggling with school fees. And it's not affecting NDC nor MPP, it's affecting the entire students. So it means that this haircut is not just affecting our fathers and our parents in the house, it's affecting we, the students.
Touching on other party matters, Afenyo-Markin called on members to eschew divisiveness, emphasizing the need for unity to bring the NPP back to power in 2028.
Then they took me to Newsfar. Then the one who mentored me, Honorable Nana Kumia. Every commercial break you call. Yes, my leader, today you were defeated. Today you did well. But, okay, do it this way. The whole thing takes time. It's a process. Okay? When the party came to power, where they made the tumufo, me deputy ministers, Medini, ministerial, menya, in parliament, you know, committee, we are parliamentarian, now we are minister, committee, now was what did you nyam kakra, what I say? Committee, first timers, no more your vice chair, Obiaba for Freya and the chair, media Bob no rank. No, me can't at the Ashamun crying. Say, we are winning the Obenya. What I say? It's important in this politics. Think about tomorrow. And yes, I will best say idea. Keep your eye on the ball. Now we have the flag bearer. Our loyalty is to the flag bearer. No more, no less, no curve, no bend to the flag bearer.
There's one assurance we want to give you, that as we are in opposition and we've taken this mantle, we are going to do all that we can to make sure that Victory 2020.
The meeting between the minority leadership and TESCON, according to the two sides, served as a renewal of effort to keep the John Mahama government to account and rally the NPP in unity for Victory 2028. James Savage, Parliament House, Accra.
Now, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Arma Kofi-Boa, has revealed that a ministerial committee found widespread inconsistencies in land documentation across district assemblies. As a result, government has suspended the disbursement of public land without ministerial approval, pending a full review of lands commission processes. Now, speaking at a press briefing, Boa highlighted concerns over undervaluation of state lands, saying it has led to significant revenue losses for the state.
The committee also observed inconsistencies and weak enforcement of the Lands Commission's internal procedures for the allocation of public lands. These procedural gaps created opportunities for abuse, circumvention of controls, and the processing of allocation without full compliance with established rules. To address this, the ministry has undertaken a comprehensive review of the Lands Commission's internal processes for public land allocation. Ladies and gentlemen, another critical issue identified by the committee relates to the valuation and pricing of public lands. Over the years, premiums charged for the lease of public lands have ranged from approximately 1 to 30% of market value. This practice significantly undervalue public lands and fail to deliver value for money to the state. I mean, can you imagine you are buying the same land in the same vicinity, say in Laboni, and somebody is buying it 1 million, The ministry, in consultation with the Lands Commission, has therefore proposed a new premium framework for public land leases. Under this new framework, a minimum of 70% and not 1 to 30%, a fixed 70% of the assessed market value of public land will be payable upfront as a premium.
Meanwhile, government has vowed to prosecute district chief executives and other public officials in the Amansie Central area implicated in Joy News' Tax for Galamsey corruption documentary, insisting no official found culpable will be shielded. Alhaji Yusuf Suleiman is the Deputy Lands Minister.
What I haven't seen this, and I was struggling to even get a clip to watch. But my understanding is that this was an initiative of the previous DCE. That's what I was told, that this new DCE inherited. Of course, he will need the House, he will need the Assembly, okay, to support him, as it were, to be able to change this narrative. And so once it's under investigation, we leave it for those who are doing the investigation to come out. And I can tell you, once he's proven wrong, this president called President John Dramani Mahama means business. He will do the needful.
You still want to join News Prime with us. We'll take a short break. We'll return with more. Stay with us. Welcome back to Joy News Prime.
And to some other stories, the NDC General Secretary, Fifi Kwete, has been tearing into party leaders opposing a new directive for them to choose between their government jobs and party positions, describing them as greedy and potential mercenaries. Now, the party announced the new directive last week, with some firmly opposed. In a yet-to-be-aired interview on PM Express, Fifi Kwete defended the position.
I think you must appreciate that a party as big as the NDC, with millions of supporters, is a party that has so many people capable of holding positions. So if you have some who at the moment have been given positions of responsibility, it simply makes a lot of sense to want to ensure that others are given opportunity to hold other positions as well. Now, if you want to compete for a position when you already have in one especially key appointment, and we have defined some of the categories. Some of the categories tend to be pretty engaging. I mean, like full-time responsibility at the highest level, where you are in charge of entities, whether at the ministerial level or at the CEO level or at the district or municipal, metropolitan level. Those are very engaging positions. And if you still want to have that and also hold what you call elective position at the party level, we simply want to say that you can't really even run the two very efficiently. Because as you appreciate, when you move into such positions, it's virtually like 24/7. You are very engaged if you want to truly work properly. Now, for you to want to hold that and at the same time hold this, you effectively become a jack of all trades, and the party and the government both become the loser for it. I've had a bit of difficulty understanding why some are having a difficulty with it, because this is not a new thing at all. This actually has been an evolutionary journey as far as this party is concerned.
Well, government of Ghana will follow through with the renaming of the Kotoko International Airport to Accra International Airport as part of sweeping reforms in the aviation industry. Transport Minister Joseph Boukary-Nepe made the announcement at the launch of the 40th anniversary celebration of the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, indicating that the move is aimed at aligning Ghana's aviation sector with international standards, strengthening aviation security, training and supporting plans to reintroduce a national airline. There's more in the following report.
Proposal to rename Kotoka International Airport has triggered intense public debate over the relevance in the change in name, as well as what name would be most appropriate for the airport. Transport Minister Joseph Boukary-Nepe, speaking at the launch of the 40th anniversary commemoration of the Civil Aviation Authority, maintains the renaming forms part of a broader strategy to reposition Ghana as a competitive aviation hub in the sub-region. He adds that government will roll out sector reforms, including enhanced training for industry players in international best practices to meet global standards and demands.
I wish to reaffirm government's commitment to strengthening Ghana's aviation ecosystem, as I recently reiterated. Plans are underway to re-establish a national airline. It is with this objective of seeing its operation within the next few months that we have hope and confidence in you and the work you do on a daily basis.
For the Director General for the Civil Aviation Authority, Stephen Wilfred Arthur, the outfit remains a critical resource for the development of the country.
GCA will not have made it to 40 without the sound collaborative efforts of all our aviation and other industry stakeholders, especially the airlines. They are one of the most important stakeholders that we have. Can you imagine an airport without an airline? It will have to be turned into a cassava field, or better still, a very wide swimming pool. But because of the airlines, we are all here. And if we have an airline, then it is required that we have an airport. Because without the airport, I don't know where they will land and take off.
Board Chairman of the Civil Aviation Authority, Engineer Simon Aloti, indicates the next phase of growth will rely heavily on technology, including artificial intelligence, to predict risk, optimize operations, and improve passenger experience.
Sometimes one lap makes all the difference. You could be third in the relay. You get a runner who gets the baton and overtakes everybody. Let us run. Let us run. The track ahead is full of opportunity, and we count on our dedicated staff to implement governments and the authorities' programs that will define the future of Ghana's aviation industry.
Ghana recorded one of Africa's highest aviation safety audit scores, achieving 89.9% in the 2020 ICAO audit, strengthening the country's reputation in international aviation governance.
Now, a group of 250 teachers in the northern region, part of a nationwide total of 400, are calling for urgent intervention from authorities over alleged professional and financial injustice. In a petition to the regional minister, the 2023 cohort expressed outrage over claims by the regional education director that their appointment are, quote, fake, firmly rejecting the allegation. Speaking after presenting the petition, the group's president, Muftal Malik Adeyemi, stated that they followed due process in securing their appointment and have worked continuously for over 2 years without any official or unofficial directive to stop work.
The group of unpaid teachers in the northern region have taken their fight to the Regional Coordinating Council, petitioning the regional minister over allegations of professional and financial injustice. This is the second protest action by the group in 2 weeks following a similar protest at the regional offices of the regional education, where they presented a petition. The teachers, who claim they have worked for over 25 months without pay, are demanding the immediate generation of staff ID and payment of their outstanding arrears. Presenting the petition, President of the group, Muftal Malik Adeyemi, argued that the appointment made in 2023 are legitimate and should not be affected by a mass revocation of appointment made after the December 2024 elections.
Over 25 months, we have not been paid. Even those we assumed duty before, that is the College of Education Teachers who was absorbed in September 2025. And after 7 December recruits whose appointments were revoked and reinstated have all been sorted. And why not sort ours? Because we assumed duty before them. Even the regional education director, we assumed duty before he assumed duty as the regional education director. He's receiving his salary.
Some of the protesters said they have borrowed and are tired of borrowing.
Most of us are mothers. We prepare our kids for school and also go to school. And at the end of the month, we receive nothing. We are suffering, especially we the mothers. We are suffering, so we are pleading with him.
I have been borrowing since day one because I have to transport myself to school. When I get to school, I will have to drink water. I have to eat. I also have kids who are dependent on me. I pay school fees.
The regional coordinating director, Sumaila Ewuntoma, who represented the minister, said he will present the petition to the appropriate quarters.
Who is currently engaged in an equally important assignment. So when he comes, I'll hand over the petition to him, and then I want to say that, I assure you that we will forward the petition to the appropriate authorities to deal with the issues you have raised in the petition.
Well, away from that, the government says it is partnering the University of Ghana, the University of Cape Coast, and the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology to develop large language models trained in Ghanaian languages as part of efforts to align with international AI standards. Speaking at the launch of the HOLAP robotic waiter system in Accra, the Minister for Communication, Digital Technology and Innovation, Sam Nate George, announced that from April 1, 2026, government will roll out the 1 million coders program under President John Mahama to equip its citizens with skills in coding, artificial intelligence, and other emerging technologies. There's more in the following report.
At the launch of the automated HOLAP robot waiter system, an AI-assisted innovation designed to automate service delivery in the hospitality sector, Minister for Communications, Innovation and Digitalization, Sam George, stressed that artificial intelligence will define the next phase of economic growth, job creation, and global competitiveness.
We're already building large language models with the University of Ghana, University of Cape Coast, and KNUST. We're building large language models that understand the Ghanaian nuance. And I like what the Ministry of Education is trying to do with Google, but I keep saying that is version 1.0. For us at the Communication Ministry, we're looking beyond that. Because my belief is this: the solution to Africa's problems do not sit in Silicon Valley. Because you see, our local languages have meanings.
For the Ghanaian innovators, the smart dining robot is designed to enhance customer experience while supporting restaurant staff.
With a smart ordering system, the moment you are in the restaurant, you have a tablet on your table where you can place your order. Once you place the order goes to the kitchen, right? Once the order goes to the kitchen, it's being processed. Once the order is ready, the robot pick up the order, then deliver it onto your table.
Deputy Minister of Education Clement Apak lauded the project, highlighting the potential of robotics to complement education and vocational training in Ghana.
Combining dining with robotics and automation and artificial intelligence. A very unique way of thinking, but it takes somebody who is very critical and visionary to even ponder about bringing these together. Clearly, I couldn't have done that. If we are to build the Ghana we want, it must be built by Ghanaians. And we know we have the talent. So let's support each other and give young talent room to grow. Let's help them nurture and prosper. Because if they do well, we all do well.
The Hall-Up team says plans include more advanced humanoid robots and expansion into healthcare and other sectors, all aim to inspire young Ghanaians and build local expertise in robotics.
The Member of Parliament for Ketu North, Edem Agbana, has lamented the incident of indiscipline in second-cycle schools across the country. He identified it as the, quote, biggest challenge in the country's educational sector, explaining that some female students are engaging in hookups, making the situation alarming. And he was speaking at the induction ceremony of newly elected national executives for the Peki Secondary School Old Student Association. There's more on the following report by Fred Kwame Asare.
Old Students Association promised to rebrand and reposition the association to support the development of the school. It outlined a roadmap to position PESCO as one of the best second-cycle schools in the Volta region. The national president of the association, David Kwame Aziago, said the first task ahead is organizing a memorable 70th anniversary celebration for the school.
70 years is not just a small milestone. That is why we are committing ourselves to the construction of a legacy entrance gate for our beloved alma mater. Not just a physical structure, but a symbol of gratitude, a symbol of unity, a symbol that declares that all students remember where they came from.
The administrator of the Ghana Sports Fund, Dr. David Kofi Waku, who is an old student of PESCO, entreated the newly inducted executives to commit to the ethics of leadership.
Strategy is ways and means by which you use to win your game. And it doesn't have one straight line. Strategy is ability for you to leverage on the available resource that you have to achieve your goal. The world survives on network. And Reverend, your strategy that you talk about, I think one of the things we should think of leveraging on is networking. Strong networking. If we go to other schools, the big schools that they are talking about, the old boys, the network, or where are you from? Which school did you attend? Oh, okay. That alone opens a window.
The Member of Parliament for Ketu North, Edem Agbana, who advised the leadership to be united in running affairs of the association, entreated the school's management to focus on instilling discipline in the students.
During the last recess, as a member of the Education Committee, we decided to tour a number of senior high schools across the country. And the biggest challenge we have, especially with schools within our region, is the issue of indiscipline. Students smoking in the hood. In fact, there are some schools, including one in my constituency, where some of the girls were caught doing hookup. They use apps. There are many apps that they use in selling themselves and all of that. So let's also be interested in discipline in our institution. If you're able to check the level of indiscipline and you put them, there's no way the school will not perform and perform well.
Fred Kwame Asari, Joy News, Nungwa.
Well, families of some victims of Saturday's explosion in the eastern region are reeling in profound sorrow as they mourn their loved ones. The death toll has risen to 7 from the initial 4 following the 4-tanker explosion that rocked a section of the Accra-Kumasi highway on Saturday. The National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, in the Nsawam municipality has attributed the scale of devastation to a lack of emergency response equipment in the area. Fatau Bayaga visited the community and filed the following report.
The mother of the 23-year-old, Hajia Cassandra, could not hold back her tears. Abdul Basit Tahiru, a native of Ejadri Amoakrom, was among the 7 persons who lost their lives in Saturday's devastating explosion.
My son will never eat at home without me. He was a very kind and respectful person.
She insists her son, an Okada rider, was only passing by and caught up in the incident. According to her, he did not join those siphoning fuel from the overturned tanker.
He didn't like noisy places. He worked during the day and sometimes took over duties at night.
Abdul Basit, the second of 6 siblings, lives behind a grieving family, now grappling with profound pain and loss.
I was taking care of him at the hospital. We were later transferred to Kuforidia, but sadly, he passed on.
The family of Joseph Bakbo has also been struck by the tragic news. His brother, Kweku Bakbo, says the loss has left the family shattered.
What happened is deeply painful. There's nothing we can do now except ask for support.
The incident occurred at dawn on Saturday when a petrol tanker overturned along the Accra-Kumasi highway. As some residents attempted to siphon fuel, a trigger sparked a massive explosion, killing 7 persons and leaving several others seriously injured. Martin Amwa Ento is the Nsawam Adjoining Municipal Director of the National Disaster Management Organization.
At the spot, we saw about 4 bodies totally bent that we can't even identify. We could identify 2 male and then 1 female. This morning, we followed up from Kuforidia, and then we heard about 3 dead out of the 12 that went there. The remaining 9 are in critical conditions.
The Edwajiri Zongo community alone lost 3 members. Assembly member for the area, Abubakar Ibrahim, says repeated warnings to the youth against siphoning fuel have largely gone unheeded.
We have been telling them on Friday several occasions, but I don't know what is worrying our guys.
The NADMO director for the area attributes the large scale of destruction to a lack of emergency response equipment, citing logistical challenges that hampered swift intervention.
In Nsawam municipality, it's rather unfortunate. Our fire tender is not working. Our ambulance is not working as well. NADMO, we don't even have a motorbike to work with. You see, it's an emergency response organization. When something should happen, we need to rush in there. So at least an official car would do.
As families mourn their loved ones, the tragedy has once again reignited urgent calls for improved emergency response systems and stricter public caution to prevent such avoidable disasters. For Joy News, Fatau Bayaga, Nsawam Adredri, Eastern Region.
Well, it's now time for Showbiz, and the very dramatic Becky is seated. Hi, Becky.
That's okay. I take that as a compliment. How you doing?
You have no choice, actually. Doing well.
How was your Valentine's?
We have to talk about that. Yeah. Okay.
Well, a lot happened at the weekend, and we're bringing it all to you here. Ifya got married, actually.
Congratulations to her. Very pleasant news.
And there's more in this wrap.
No sorry, take my heart, break it down, stomp on it. Now lie to me, I'm in love with you now. Yes, people, we're still in the month of love, and what a lovely way to start the week. News has it that my girl, my gingham queen, everybody's love, Ifya, is off the market. Yes, this news is one of the best I've had all week, and I am very excited about Ifya's new journey of love and grace. The lucky guy is none other than Nigerian singer Tommy Thomas. So I'm guessing Ifya is now Mrs. Thomas. Yes, the event was attended strictly by close family and friends. And now that's where I have a little problem, because why was I not invited? You know I consider myself close family, but all the same, we love you, Ifya, and we wish you all the very best, because you always bring out the best in us, and we cannot wait for your journey of love together with your true love, Tommy Thomas. Away from one beautiful love story to another beautiful love story, but this one is not really a love story. It's actually a love concert put together by lover boy Kpandai. Yes, how can I let you go, baby? How can we let Kpandai go off this new story this evening? Let's talk about him. Yes, lover boys, singles alike gathered at the Palm Convention Center to enjoy Love Night concert put together by Kpandai, Stoneboy, RTB's episode, Sinner Soul, and Kim Promise were there to make the night a memorable one for everyone. So for those of you who were not there at the Palms Convention Center, we have a little bit for you here to enjoy, especially for the single ones.
Yes, sir. No. The point in life, if you understand me or not, just understand me or not, I'm okay. Between your and you, me mau pichanga mi etona, en così se può better sentire morie. Tu mosie, me ne wale, when in the esenia me no.
I need to complain, mama. This is enemy for the back. Complain, mama. So what to me? I will say what. Be the first to born. Who do move forward? Who say I said you are the first? Talk to me. Oh, I always say that I will like I do. I will fly away. Everybody. Oh, be my man. Oh, be my man.
Now let's go to church. Let's talk about Diana Hamilton, because she has done her thing again with the Awake experience held at the ICGC Christ Temple East at Teshi. Lois Kobina was there and has come through with this report.
Gospel musician Diana Hamilton ushered patrons into a powerful atmosphere of worship and praise at this year's Awake experience, a night marked by spirit-filled performances and heartfelt moments of reflection. From the moment guests arrived at the auditorium, the excitement was unmistakable.
We expect nothing, but we want everything to be great.
Really, I love all her songs. I've loved them right from the beginning, the first album up till now.
The program officially commenced with a brief screen presentation profiling Diana Hamilton's journey and impact in gospel music, setting the tone for the night. The stage then came alive with an energetic performance by Sisi Beidou. Minister Nanaya Oforiata followed with a dynamic ministration. South African gospel powerhouse Ntokozo Mbambo also graced the stage with a stirring performance. The renowned Tego sisters also delivered a remarkable performance. Finally, Diana Hamilton mounted the stage to thunderous applause. She began with soul-lifting worship songs before performing some of her well-loved hits. Speaking after her administration, Diana Hamilton shared that her expectations for the night had been met.
Oh no, I didn't have doubts. I didn't have doubts. There were online sales, and we knew what God had done online. At a point, we were contemplating on stopping the ticket sale online because we had to go to the outlets to collect all the tickets because we were afraid of an overflow. So yeah, we knew what God was going to do. Yeah, every event has a challenge, but God brings us help, gives us the right team that make it work. It's one of the most relaxing ones we've ever had. A big thumbs up to my team for a good job done. They made everything run smoothly, and a big thank you to God.
She also eagerly expressed looking forward to her upcoming event in Kumasi.
I will say Chrome 4. Seniana G see them is anything to go by the any Muntintim Mamu is going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
The event attracted several dignitaries, including Honorable Sam George, as well as the General Secretary of the Church of Pentecost, Sisi Chum, Nanama McBrown, and PSC Esther, among other notable personalities. With spirit-filled ministrations, vibrant performances, and atmosphere charged with praise, the Awake experience once again delivered a night of worship that will linger in the heart of many attendees for a long time to come. Lois Kobnes reports for Joy News.
And that will be all. Time will allow us this evening on Joy News Prime. Grateful for your time.
Grateful for your time.
Grateful that you could have me on here.
Right. You should log on to myjoyonline.com for more of our local and international stories. I'm Noella Kareniali. Enjoy the rest of our programming.